Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I'm your host, Jaysean, and this is
Aileen.
And we are the
Flukers.
Flukers. Today we are going to be reacting to some videos. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
This life is not my own anymore. I know I'm not alone. Feeling like David with a slingshot. We got a force on our side. Let him see God. Break through the walls, through the chains. I'm a king, not a slave. I was made in his image.
All jokes aside, y'all not tired of like the preachers that's like motivational speakers? Y'all not tired of being in the middle of a war and then trying to lean on like God's preachers and teachers and things like that for help? And they're teaching you that God wants to bless you and here's how you stop settling in life. Like, bro, like, I'm trying to figure out how to not settle for these double attacks. And you talking about me settling for a job, settling for a man, settling for just all types of petty stuff. Like that type of stuff is not going to help us get into heaven. Y'all know that, right? Like these preachers are so conditioned to say things that are going to rouse the people up and make people feel so good that they're not teaching people how to inhabit the kingdom of heaven and how to live like we're living in heaven on earth. When was the last time that these preachers are talking about, and I'm not saying it's all of them because it's not all of them because I found a few good ones, but somebody just sent me a message and it just irked me because I immediately went to the YouTube comments and looking at what the people are quoting. And I'm like, these are all motivational teachings. Like, ain't no scriptures being quoted. It's just a bunch of motivational quotes. Baby, we in the middle of war. I don't have time for your motivational preaching. I need to figure out how to strike this devil in the throat, okay? I'm just tired, y'all. I'm sorry.
She told him.
She ain't saying, wow.
I saw no lies.
No lies being told. She said, look, I'm going through hell and I come to church to try to get encouraged because I'm going through a tough time and I'm listening to a pastor tell me 5 ways that I can live a blessed life. And I'm like, did you not just see me crawling up in here?
I'm trying to slay that devil.
I'm trying to punch the devil in his throat, and you talking about how I can get a Lamborghini or a Bugatti.
Yeah, that. I'm tired of those. I'm tired of those. You know, that didn't change my life, not one bit.
It kept me
having
going to come back for more because eventually it's not.
It's not bad. But it's just not what people need to hear. It's not what they're going into when they're broken and they're going through a season. It's not what they need to hear. They don't need to know how to get that $1 million. They need to know how to get through that day.
There's a season for that.
Yeah. But every single Sunday listening to the same message about how you got to get blessed and how to get blessed. No, we don't need, not every Sunday needs to be about getting blessed. Sometimes you just want to thank God for how blessed you already are for surviving the day.
That's crazy. Imagine like your church is doing a series on how to be blessed, how to prosper. And you're like, I'm going through it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being attacked. I feel like there's warfare on top of warfare. The devil's coming at me in all different angles. Things are happening. My kids are manifesting. My coworkers are manifesting. My boss is manifesting. Everyone's manifesting. And it's like these attacks are coming, and then you go to church, and then it's like, I got to sit here through this series that has nothing to do about me getting through this tough season. Like, that's crazy. And what is... Okay, my question, and I've asked you this question plenty of times, what is the gospel?
I don't think anyone really knows it nowadays. I don't think... Jesus.
That's bad if we don't.
Yeah. No... Based off of everything that I've seen, I'm with this girl 1,000,000% because every time I go on TikTok, I'm stumbling on all these pastors and it's just like, dang, I don't need you to tickle my ear. You're tickling my ear. I don't need you yelling at me about how to get blessed. Like, Talk to me about Jesus. Talk to me about what's going to transform me.
You talk about Jesus, people are going to get bored.
Well, then
Because it
there's a
has nothing to
problem.
do with them getting blessed.
Then there's a problem. And that's a very selfish. That just shows how selfish you are.
How selfish we are.
Yeah.
We only want to hear Jesus preached on Easter and Christmas.
Tell him.
We don't want to hear him every other Sunday, though, or Wednesday. That's a problem.
That's a huge
That's
problem.
a problem.
That's the whole problem with
think people
Christianity right
understand
now.
That is a problem.
That's the whole problem with Christianity right now.
Jesus is just a mention. Like, how many times have we heard sermons, right? And you hear a sermon and Jesus is barely mentioned up until it's time to give an altar call.
Yeah.
Then it's Jesus gave his life for you. It's like, wait, but
The whole sermon was
you could have spent the other 25 to 30 minutes talking to me about everything else that Jesus did.
Exactly.
And breaking it down and explaining to me. Oh my gosh. You remember Colossians?
Yes. Yes, you were just talking to
Colossians.
Yes,
We were talking about
this
Colossians
morning.
this morning. And Paul the Apostle was preaching to the Colossian church, and there were certain Christians who were trying to minimize Jesus, which is what we do
I was
today.
about to say it's what we do today.
We minimize Jesus today.
Yeah.
Damn, we barely just started and we're already guns blazing. But we minimize Jesus today, and that's the fruit of it.
Yeah.
People don't know how to survive when the attacks come.
Absolutely not.
People are literally crying and begging for Jesus, and this is how you get blessed. This is how you become a millionaire. This is how you prosper. Like, I'm at a place now where I don't turn to preachers to teach me how to be blessed.
Yeah.
I turn to guys like, well, you probably don't know. I don't think, like Myron Golden, Tony Robbins,
You
Ed Milet, like guys who, like, I think they're Christian. I know Myron. Anyways, besides the point. Like, I want to go to church and I want to hear the gospel.
But that's what you're supposed to go to church
If
for.
I want to learn how to be a millionaire, I'll turn on YouTube and watch a freaking millionaire or billionaire teach me on how to be a billionaire.
Exactly. That's exactly what we were saying. Yeah. Because you don't. The one thing that's actually going to transform you and help you get over all of these things that we're going through in life, real life things like depression and anxiety and stress and just all of those ugly things comes out of the identity that Christ gives us when we get saved.
Yeah.
So if we just get to that at the church, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to start seeing lives transformed. Then you're going to start seeing people coming out of the bondage of depression, coming out of the bondage of anxiety and stress and everything else that comes with it, even your health issues. Because you're no longer going to be stressed. You're no longer going to be depressed.
Facts.
Most of your health issues come from those things. And the reason why you have those things is because you don't know your true identity of your salvation.
Facts. I'm thinking, what happens when we're preaching from these pulpits about 5 ways you can be blessed, 5 ways to prosper in life? What happens if your business never takes off?
Then you're going to feel as if you're not doing it right.
What happens if you never prosper the way that you're being told you can prosper? What happens if your life never looks like your pastor's life? Then, oh my gosh, then your faith is crippled because now you feel like Jesus has let you down.
Yeah, or you're not doing something right. It becomes it turns around to you. What am I not doing?
What are you doing wrong? Where's your faith?
Yeah.
You're not.
What am I doing
your
wrong?
faith
Where am I
isn't-
missing it?
Your faith isn't strong enough, or maybe you aren't giving enough.
That one.
Hello.
That one.
Maybe you aren't giving enough.
Or maybe you missed a tithe last week. That's why you didn't.
Oh, you missed the tithe. The curse is going to fall on you.
Oh, you didn't wake up early in the morning. You didn't pray to God.
You didn't go to church. God's not blessing you because you can't even be faithful with going to
But
church
see,
every
look
Sunday.
at all of these things that is being taught in the churches.
No
This
wonder
is
why
what's
people
keeping
don't want to
people
show
down.
up.
Exactly.
You want me to show up to your church every Sunday, but you can't even consistently give me Jesus.
Mm.
You can't even be consistent with the gospel. But you
Tell
want me
'em.
to be consistent with showing up every Sunday.
Tell 'em.
You want me to give to your ministry, but you can't even teach the gospel in its
Yeah.
purest form.
And I don't understand why pastors are so scared of preaching. It's such a beautiful
Because
gospel,
it's not a popular message.
but it's so beautiful.
But it's not popular. It's not a popular message, which is crazy to me because it's beautiful, and it's powerful, and it's life
It
changing.
can change someone's life in the matter.
And it's encouraging, and it can get anyone through a dark time. It can
Yeah.
uplift anyone whose soul is crushed.
Absolutely.
And it's not a popular message on this side of the world.
Oh, that was another thing that we were talking about. Yeah. Yeah. This side of the world, we're
It ain't the popular.
on a different,
We be on something. We be on that extra stuff.
we be on that selfish platform.
We be on that fuddy duddy.
Yeah. It's also because it's all me, buddy duddy. I haven't heard that word in a
We on that fuddy
minute.
duddy.
But it's because everything's about me. How can I get more? This side of the
It's-
world is very selfish. I'm sure everyone will agree with that. Which is why the other side of the world understands the gospel because they don't need all of these things that this side of the world needs.
Yeah.
You know? So it's sad. It's really sad. But I agree with this girl. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, we tired too, sis. We
Yes.
tired.
Yes.
We tired of the motivational speaking, motivational teachers. We want Jesus. No additives,
Nothing.
nothing. Just Jesus.
Plain Jesus.
Simple gospel. The gospel is simple. Give us the simple gospel. But he said it last week. That's okay. I'll take it again.
Exactly. You
Look,
can never have enough of it.
If you get tired of hearing the gospel of Jesus Christ, you are not going through stuff. You are not experiencing life.
No.
You must not be going through warfare.
And that's the problem.
The devil is leaving you alone because you are not a
The
threat.
devil's just like, you know what? They cool right there. They ain't going nowhere.
The devil, I think that's why you
That's
don't
sad.
hear the gospel being preached like this, because the devil is afraid of that message, and he knows when people get a hold of the gospel,
He's
oh
done.
man,
He's done in their life. He's
been-
done wreaking
he's-
havoc in their life.
He's been done because Jesus already dethroned him and made him a spectacle. But now God's people know.
And that I was
And
about
now
to
they
say
know
that.
their authority.
I was about to say that.
Now they know their
They didn't know
identity.
their authority if they're not learning about the gospel.